What if I told you that everything you think is real is nothing more than a carefully constructed facade? Your ambitions, your fears, your identity, they are just reflections of such deep conditioning that you barely notice how trapped you are. You don't think for yourself, you only repeat. And without realizing it, you believe you're in control, that you're free. But really, who are you? A conscious being or just another character in this game that you didn't even know you were playing? I'm offering you the truth, nothing more. Few have the courage to look beyond the veil. Jiddu Krishnamurti was one of them. He shouted what no one wants to hear. Life is an illusion. Only those who allow themselves to truly awaken can see the farce behind everything. Society, relationships, the rules you follow without questioning. And here arises the question that few dare to face. Is there anything real in all of this? If you're willing to confront the unknown, go ahead. Otherwise, you can close your eyes and return to the comfort of your life, where the truth will never find you. Imagine waking up one day and discovering that everything you've lived until now was a blatant lie. Your dreams, your fears, your identity, none of it is genuine. It was implanted in you like an invisible program that has shaped your mind since you were born. You were taught to swallow lies without questioning, to accept without doubt, to obey without thinking. The world imposed beliefs, values, and rules on you as if they were absolute truths. But who said they are? Who defined that success is money, that love is possession, that happiness is consumption? Have you ever wondered if you really chose this? Or are you just a puppet on society's stage where everyone plays roles they never wrote? And what happens when someone dares to step off the script? They are silenced, ridiculed, called crazy. Jiddu Krishnamurti was not afraid to say what no one wants to hear. It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. But you keep adjusting, don't you? You run, you compete, you consume, you seek approval as if life had a prize at the end. An invisible trophy that no one really knows what it is. But what if all of this is just an illusion? Think of the people who spent their whole lives chasing a goal and upon reaching it, found themselves faced with emptiness. The businessmen who sacrificed everything for money and discovered that nothing filled the gap inside. The artist who dreamed of fame and, upon obtaining it, felt lonelier than ever. The couple who got married believing they had found the happy ending only to find themselves trapped in a meaningless routine. Why? Because they lived within the illusion. They believed in promises that are never kept. Krishnamurti made it clear, the human mind is corrupted by the illusion of the self. You are not free. You are a product of your culture, your family, your religion, your history. You don't choose, you are shaped. And everything you believe to be true could just be a reflection of an invisible prison. Now tell me, if everything is an illusion, is there anything real? Do you believe in this? Or are you still convinced that everything is as it seems? Before you answer, think about it carefully. When you were born, your mind was a blank slate. No name, no nationality, no religion, no ideas about what is right or wrong. You were just a pure being, free, without labels, without expectations. But little by little, they began to teach you. They told you your name. They told you who you should be, what to believe in, what to dream of, what to fear. They taught you how to dress, how to speak, what to consider success, and what to avoid at all costs. You didn't notice, but you were shaped. And today, perhaps without questioning it, you repeat ideas, desires, and beliefs that didn't originate with you. Now tell me, who are you without all of that? If every thought of yours is a reflection of the society in which you grew up, do you really think? If your desires were programmed, do you really desire? You seek happiness in the places they pointed to: money, approval. But have you ever asked yourself if any of that truly completes you? Look at your life honestly. Were the choices you made truly yours? The clothes you wear, the job you have, the person you love, the way you see yourself in the mirror. Were they your decisions, or did you just follow the path that was already laid out? The mind cannot tolerate emptiness. The unknown is frightening. So, to avoid the discomfort of not knowing who we are, we cling to prefabricated identities. We keep wearing masks, playing roles, living within labels. But deep down, we don't even know if any of this makes sense. And the most painful thing is that even when we realize this truth, we are afraid to abandon it. Because without these illusions, who would we be? Society teaches us to flee from silence, from solitude, from the lack of stimulation. Have you noticed how we're always looking for something to distract ourselves? Cell phones, music, social media, empty conversations. Because deep down, we fear what could arise in the silence. What if, in that silence, we discovered an immense emptiness within us? Krishnamurti said that the only way to find the truth is to go through that emptiness without fear. But few are willing to do so. Most prefer to keep believing they are their opinions, their desires, their stories. Because admitting that all of this could be an illusion is terrifying. Schopenhauer saw this reality in an even darker way. For him, life is an endless cycle of desires that are never fulfilled. And realizing this leads us to despair. But maybe the real problem is not desiring. The problem is confusing ourselves with desire. So, if you got rid of everything they told you that you should be, what would remain of you? Without questioning, without analysis, without depth, you remain stuck, trapped in limiting patterns, unable to see beyond the obvious. From the moment you were born, they told you who you were. They gave you a name, a nationality, a belief. They pointed out what was right and wrong, what was beautiful and ugly, what was worth desiring, and what should be feared. And without realizing it, you accepted it. Not because you chose it, but because you were never taught to question it. Now tell me, who would you be without all of that? If everything that was placed in your mind disappeared, what would remain? Silence. And that is precisely what terrifies the human mind the most. That's why we cling to ideas, beliefs, stories that give us a sense of identity. We accept prefabricated roles, follow the script, repeat discourses that aren't even ours. But what if one day you woke up and saw the chains that bind you? Most people react in two ways. They flee because the illusion, although false, is comfortable, or they panic because realizing that it's all been a game leaves one without firm ground. If you've made it this far, it's because something inside of you is asking for more. The truth has never been for the weak. Now, the choice is yours.